All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here with Cappuccino Cunnilingus, episode number 33. Can you imagine we're already on number 33?
What's up? It's been a little bit over a year now, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
We
Dig.
technically we started in December of 2015 because we recorded it then.
That's true.
And
I remember
didn't
that. Yeah.
put the first one out until January, February, March, something like that.
That makes sense.
I waited to put out the first one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing this over a year.
Dig it, man. Now,
Thinking.
I'm trying to remember because it couldn't have been 2015, so it had to have been a year before. So it was probably 2014.
Okay.
When did we listen to that Rogan's Run episode of Smodcast? Was that 2014 or 2015?
2015, January. It was probably January of 2015.
Really?
It was probably maybe even like February or March.
Okay, because I feel like you showed me that before we started a podcast.
Yeah, and then December of 2015. So
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So we talked about it for a whole year without doing anything.
Yes.
And then I said, "Fuck it, let's do something."
That makes sense.
And then you were just like, "But I'm scared."
Yes.
Yes, that is very true. Oh man, so it's good to have you back, Mitch.
It's good to be back, man. I don't do shit except fucking train and eat and sleep, and any kind of deviation from that's nice every now and then.
Sometimes there's a shit involved in there, but
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. Like today 3 times before competing.
Well, that's just because you were anxious.
Yeah.
You had scared poops. Cat just jumps on the chair. Oh boy. Alright, so we have a lot to talk about today.
Yes.
And that has to be because of Wikileaks.
Yes.
This past week, they had just put out one of their larger leaks that they've done recently.
Okay.
This is the largest leak by far.
So like you need a really good plumber.
No.
No.
This is no.
No, that's what I'm saying. So like it's not a little leak. Like you need a really good plumber.
No, you don't need any plumber.
Why?
Because it's a digital leak.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm gonna kick you in the nuts. They had released 8,000 pages on the CIA, which is the biggest information dump that they've ever had. Normally CIA leaks are like a couple pages here, a couple pages there, maybe like 20 if they're pushing it.
Yeah.
But Wikileaks just released 8,000 pages
Yeah.
of CIA material, including things involving electronic hacking, like with cell phones and televisions and cars, to something called the Umbridge Project that is really bad.
What happens with that?
The Umbridge Project is essentially what they can do with hacking into a server or hacking into somewhere to get information,
Okay.
and then leaving digital fingerprints of somebody else.
Oh, so they can
So let's say
I can't think of the word, but it's like when you place the it's like
planting.
no, god damn it. There's this mission in Saints Row where you have to dress up like a rival gang member and just like destroy shit so it looks like they did it. What is the word?
I'm gonna let you have this one.
I don't know. It's drawing a blank right now.
All right, so let me put
sorry.
let me put it into perspective what they could do. Essentially, they could hack into, let's say, the RNC or the DNC, and make it look like the Russians. Frame.
That's the word. Sorry.
Okay. So essentially, they can hack into something like the RNC or the DNC and make it look like the Russians did it.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar?
It does sound familiar. That's why I was like.
So it looks like the CIA might have been behind almost all of the major incidents that have happened in the last 10 years. At least digitally. Everything from like election fraud and hacking into the RNC and the DNC. Everything involving the NSA, like spying program and stuff like that. Even up to what a lot of people believed they did, but there was no real proof of it until now.
Mm-hmm.
The death of Michael Hastings, who was a Rolling Stone investigative journalist who had published a story about these U.S. generals.
Yeah.
And he had, in an act of, I don't know, stupidity or what they tried to say it was, he accelerated his car so fast and into a tree that his car exploded. The engine ended up about 300 feet away, 200 feet away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they tried to say that he was on methamphetamines at the time of him driving, making him crazed and out of control.
Mm-hmm.
Which, he probably wasn't on methamphetamines. He was probably just taking Adderall. Because
it gets registered as the same in the blood.
It gets registered as the same in the blood. And if you're an investigative journalist who's been up for the last 3 days writing a story, guess what you were probably taking? Adderall. So, we have all this information coming out now. And there's one person, a few people, who have been saying it for years, but one person who has been saying a lot of this stuff and has been labeled a conspiracy theorist and crazy and out of their mind and somebody who doesn't, conform to the journalistic world normally. That person's Alex Jones.
Mr. Jones and...
Yeah. Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. I don't even know if he's married.
I don't know. She has to put up with a lot.
Yeah. So, after all these years, Alex Jones was actually right about a couple things. And, look, there was a time when I listened to InfoWars, and I was just like, wow, this is really, informational, and there's a lot of good stuff here. And then he said something, and I was like, you're going off the deep end there. Turn off.
What'd he say?
Something along... I mean, it's not even, inflammatory. It's just, it just is wow, that... Even if it's true, that's really fucked up. It was, the reason they keep abortion clinics in low-income neighborhoods is because the government wants to kill more black babies or some shit. And I was just like... As true as that may be,
I was gonna say
that it's still really fucked up. And while we shouldn't acknowledge that, or while we shouldn't necessarily say that out loud, really shouldn't be broadcasting that to 4 million people.
Yeah.
Because that's how you get riots and violence started at abortion clinics more than they already are.
Yeah.
So... he said a lot of things that were very inflammatory and could definitely be taken out of context.
That's his character, though.
That's his character. And like any other, person on TV or on the internet that needs to be a personality for their audience.
I was going to say exactly, that's the thing. He's in entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's
he's an infotainment.
Infotainment, yeah. So it's really you're not going to find someone who is neutral being the star of anything like that because they're neutral. So they're going to pull aspects from both sides. They can't pull as larger a crowd as someone who's extreme left or extreme right or extreme with all of the killjoy shock value kind of humor.
Well, here's the other part of that. Even if you're extreme left or extreme right, it doesn't necessarily matter as long as you're getting a rise out of somebody.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's easier when you have an extreme belief versus pulling beliefs from both sides to stir up.
Well, here's the thing. Even you and I, we will post something that is extremely neutral on Facebook or on whatever social media, and we'll have people from both sides saying this thing or saying that thing.
That's true.
And having to correct them.
That's true.
Because of, where somebody, whether they get their news from Fox News or CNN, MSNBC, the BBC, whoever. There's been a loss in journalism. There's been a falling through of not the facts, but there's missing pieces when it comes to true journalism now.
Yeah.
And the only real people that will like do investigative journaling are the people that don't really get paid that much to do it. I mean, you have people like Abby Martin. You know, you've got she's not necessarily a journalist, but what she did was incredible. Tulsi Gabbard. She's a representative from Hawaii. She went to Syria for a month, and she basically like lived with people from Syria in the country, and was there like watching how they lived, what they did, and like saw who was attacking, what they were doing, and basically how these people survived. And
Do you watch Black Mirror?
Yes.
You've seen season 3, episode 5.
I haven't watched season 3 yet. I have to.
You jump. 4 is awesome. I don't like. Someone told me season 3, episode 4, so I watched 4 and 5 followed it, bro. Exactly what you're talking about. I'm not gonna say it because I want you to watch the fucking episode.
I'll watch it no matter what.
I know, but I'm saying like
you can spoil it. It's fine. I don't care about spoilers. Snape kills Dumbledore. Rosebud was the sled. Darth Vader.
Bruce Willis was the guy in the hairpiece the whole time.
Bruce Willis was dead the entire time. Darth Vader is Luke's dad.
Okay. So basically, this one kid's in the military.
Okay.
And they're hunting for roaches, which are like infected humans.
Okay.
And it was actually a really interesting way that they pulled it off in the beginning.
Uh-huh.
Because they were like, surely you don't want to protect these roaches, to this one person who was harboring roaches.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, surely you don't want to harbor them, like, they're gonna, their disease will infect the bloodline, like, you're tainting what humanity is, like, blah, 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 blah.
Now wait, what do you, like, actual roaches?
You know
or?
you don't know. You don't know it. The way I'm explaining to you is the way the episode unfolds.
Okay.
So.
Are roaches, like, lepers? Like, what?
They're tainted.
Is it black people?
No. They're tainted humans.
Okay.
And, like, they have a disease.
That's
so, like, the way you're talking, like leprosy,
yeah.
It's similar to that. The way that they play
Well, I wouldn't want leprosy to continue.
Listen. It's the way that they play it off, because they're saying it's a sickness, they have a disease.
Okay.
And they're going to continue to pass it along in their bloodline.
Do these people think that they're a different gender?
Stop. So, they're hunting throughout the house.
Okay.
And this dude pulls down a curtain.
Okay.
And he sees 5 of them. And he just hears screaming and retching, and they look like, they almost look like the,
roaches?
No, from the I Am Legend, like the way that they're screaming initially. They have these fucked up faces, like, and they're screaming. So, he shoots one of them, but one of them have a light.
Okay.
So he shoots that one.
Okay.
One or two of them get through, and one of them he wrestles to the ground and stabs to death.
Okay.
And, like, they have a quarrel. Like, he almost dies.
Do they have a quarrel? Do they have a fight?
They have a fight. They're beating the shit out of each other.
A quarrel is a match of words, sir. As you sit there dying, laughing in the heat.
Yeah. So they're fighting on the ground, man.
Okay.
And then he sticks him.
Okay.
And then, because he's so fucking hyped that he just killed him, he just stab.
Yeah.
It's just like a fucking disgusting roach.
Okay.
Then he goes back, and he hears, like, someone's like, oh, like, you're so lucky to have killed 2 roaches on your first time out. Like, I haven't killed a roach in I don't know how long, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And right before he leaves the house, he picks up the light that he saw one of them holding, and he's, like, inspecting it. Flashes and hits him in the face.
Okay.
Like, just the light. So
Yeah.
it just hits him in the eye, and he's like, So he's trying to figure out what's going on over the next few days.
Yeah.
He's having these weird, like, interceptions with his mind. Like, something's fucking with his mind.
Like he's having, like, blackouts and flashbacks and shit?
Not flashbacks, but, like, basically points in time where he, like, goes to a complete halt and he doesn't control what his brain is doing.
Okay.
Just doesn't.
So he, like, blacks out.
Kind of.
Okay.
And my first thought was, Oh, okay.
He's transforming.
What?
He's transforming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was my thought. Then they're going on a hunt.
Okay.
And a roach had a rifle and was shooting at them.
Okay.
And they were shooting back. And they ran inside, and it clicked when he ran into a room.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I was like, roaches are like Muslims. They're like refugees. Like, that's what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes in, and basically what happened was the light. I don't know. I'll explain. So he sees a person with a bat, like, please, like, scream, like, yelling for their life, and he's like, no, like, go. There are roaches in here. You need to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Just go. They leave. As soon as they walk out the door, his partner shoots him. And he's like, what the fuck? That was a person. Like, that was a fucking person. But basically what happens...
So when you turn into a roach, you see other roaches as people?
No. That's why I potentially going at first, too. Until you understand the situation that they're in.
Okay.
And it's perpetual war. So what happens is... He's freaking out because he actually winds up beating the shit out of his partner and saving some of the roaches because they're humans.
Yeah.
And he starts to leave.
Yeah.
He winds up staying with them. He got shot and they nurse him back to health. Blah 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 blah. And they're talking to him and then everything gets explained to him.
Yeah.
They all, when they join the military, have a chip imprinted in their head.
Yeah.
And basically, the light deactivates that chip.
Ah.
Yeah, so he finds out when he gets back to his country, when he's talking to whoever he's talking to, this higher up, a counselor actually.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, it's a lot easier for you to kill someone when you don't think that they're a human.
Yeah.
So what we do is pass them off as roaches. And this chip affects your sensory, your visual, your auditory, everything. So instead of hearing
RFID chip.
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me.
So instead of hearing like screams and pleas for help, they just hear. And instead of seeing faces, they see these fucked up morphs that look like infected humans.
So fear gas from Batman.
Yeah, and then basically what he's left with then is a choice. He can get all of his memory from the last couple days deleted and it all goes back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Or he risks prison and he's left with his memories. And he's like, yo, fuck that, I don't want that shit back in my head. And they're like, I don't know if you know what that means. And then, because it's in his brain and they see everything he sees, they play back the whole thing where he pulls down the curtains
and shoots those people.
Except now they look like people screaming for help. And they're not roaches. Yeah. And you can see that the guy that he stabbed and stuck and stabbed like 1,000,000 times afterwards.
Was just like, please save me.
Was just like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
And he's destroying him.
So he worked for Blackwater and was killing Syrian refugees.
Basically. But yeah, I think that you want to watch that episode.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I need to
squat.
Yeah,
these chairs aren't that comfortable.
No, it's not a problem with the chair. It's the fact that the right side of my face is going to be red and the left side is still going to be white. I'm going to look like a yin-yang symbol on my face. I'm going to have the red coming through this way, and then it's just going to be white with an eyeball.
Do you want to move inside?
No.
Do you like sitting outside?
I mean, it doesn't really make a difference to me where we go inside.
I mean, it doesn't change anything if we go inside.
Want to do that?
Yeah, we can go inside. Alright. Apologies for the noise. This is going to be real quick. Just put everything on that counter right there next to the cat. Hey, Tilly. We'll be right back. You're addicted to that thing, man.
What? Yeah. Homie, I know.
You just gonna sit there?
Oh. That's okay.
Can't even go fucking 15 minutes without looking at fucking Snapchat.
This isn't Snapchat, it's Instagram.
Can't even go 20 fucking minutes without looking at Instagram.
You're correct.
You're an Instagram whore. But yeah.
So where are we going?
So Tulsi Gabbard went to Syria, came back, and was just like, yeah, we need to stop killing people. Like, we need to stop dropping bombs on the Middle East.
Yeah.
Because literally everything that is happening over there is because of U.S. intervention.
Yeah.
And she's, like, talking to these people, and they're like, yeah, our life was fine until the U.S. started dropping bombs on us. And they're just like... She was like, well, I'm sorry that, you know, they're doing this, but I have no control over that, but I can go back and talk to the people that do. So please tell me your story. And they
Who's
did.
this?
Tulsi Gabbard.
I'm gonna find. Yeah, check her out.
She was one of like the first people to come out and like support Bernie Sanders, like during his campaign. So like that's how I know about her. And when she announced that she was doing that, I was like, oh my god, she's either gonna like get killed over there or like she's gonna come back like horrified. And she came back and she was just like, yeah, it's horrifying. So shit's fucked up and stuff.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
My first thought was how long till they kill her. So that's how you know it's fucked up.
Nah, they can't yet. They still got.
That's why I'm saying yet, but
because when she came back was just like when the whole North Dakota thing was starting to go down, and she went up there and she was like talking to people there and she's like telling her story to those people, and they were like, yeah, we've literally been told those stories since we were kids because our fucking grandparents were at fucking Wounded Knee and shit. So like they know that struggle.
Yeah.
Literally the entire U.S. military-industrial complex just does not care about brown people. That is probably like the basis of everything. If it's brown, kill it.
Yeah, it's disheartening.
Yeah. But that's who runs the country now.
Who the fuck are you?
Spare change?
Tell Fox to answer his message. I'm trying to start a goddamn dialogue.
Shut up, Nick. I can't do anything when I'm using my phone to record.
I'm gonna tell him, write his comments here.
Mm-hmm. We'll read your comments out live as we're talking.
See, I like messaged him saying that.
Woo. Sorry, Tilly. I'm sorry.
He said, love you guys. Fucking love you too, man.
There's a pretty little Maine Coon cat sitting right next to the audio device.
I thought you had a shitty recorder. Well, we had a mic.
I don't take the mic outside of my house.
But now, there's a phone.
When I go out and talk to people, I normally just take the phone.
Yeah.
If I'm at home, I will use the setup.
Mic. Yeah.
It's just easier that way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes this comes through better than that does.
Yeah, well, that's what he was making a statement about, because like last time I sounded like shit, he said.
Yeah.
It's my voice.
Yeah.
It sounds like a little baby girl.
Yeah, you do. You would think with all those muscles you'd have grown a pair of balls, but...
Nope. Testosterone replacement kills them. I'm just kidding. I don't do that.
Shouldn't it help them?
Well,
I know HGH kills them. I didn't think TRT did.
Oh no, I'm just fucking around. I'm just throwing shit around. Steroids. Yeah.
So wait, have you watched any other seasons of Black Mirror besides season 3?
I watched season 1, episode 1. I watched White Bear, which is I think season 2. And then I saw episodes 3, 4, and 4, 5, and I think 6. No, definitely 6. And probably some of 7. And then I went and started watching Narcos.
So, season 1, episode 1 of Black Mirror is the whole senator pig fucking thing.
What?
Right? That's the first episode? I'm pretty sure that's the first episode.
The first episode is...
Or not senator, the English guy. They're trying to make fun of David Cameron. He had to fuck the pig to save the princess.
No.
No?
That's not. That could be episode 2. Season 1, episode 1 is basically they're living in a society that's based entirely around 5-star, like 1 to 5-star ratings, and like that determines what kind of like neighborhood that you live in.
What?
Yeah.
That can't be.
I hit season 1, episode 1.
Season 3, episode 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you?
Season 1, episode 1, they make fun of David Cameron by trying to get the Prime Minister to fuck a pig.
Yo, what the fuck?
So that way they'll release the princess.
See. Oh man, now my status doesn't make. Alright, that doesn't make any sense. I thought that I hit season 1, episode 1. And I heard that season 1, episode 1 was fucked up.
I think every episode of Black Mirror is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of it.
I know. But then I was like, shit, man. Now I have to go and watch that one.
You also have to watch season 2, or episode 2 of season 1, and episode 3 of season 1,
Yeah.
and episode 2 of season 2, episode 1 of season 2 isn't that good. But like episode 2 of season 1 is... Episode 2 of season 1 is basically these people live in like a bunker, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Like they live in almost like a hostel, but they never see like daylight. It's like all underground and shit, kinda. So like basically, first thing you do when you wake up is you watch an ad, and you get money for watching the ads wherever you are. And you use that money to get your food. You use that money to buy things that you want for your room and for your life and shit like that. And you could also use your money to like skip ads if you really wanted to. And the one thing you could do with your money is you can sign up to be on like this game show, kind of like America's Got Talent. And if you get approved on the show, basically you exit the hostel and you go and like live with everybody that's necessarily like free.
Okay.
And it's a giant metaphor for like poverty, like poverty in America at least, or a first world country, because everybody's like living day to day on their grind, trying to get through life and get through the ads, so that way they can go off and be free, and they need as much money as possible to go and do that. So it's an entire allegory on that.
Oh, that's season
1, episode 2.
Okay, so I have to watch 1 and 2.
And then I think it's either episode 3 of season 1 or episode 2 or 3 of season 2. There's one with this English woman, or Scottish? She's probably Scottish. Basically, no, that's season 1, episode 3. This Scottish woman who lives out in a house in like the cliffs of Dover or whatever fuck, and her husband dies, or boyfriend or whatever, and she's like mourning and everything, and she comes up and she gets this thing in the mail, like, try our real doll or whatever, and like it's an advanced AI inside of like a body.
Nope.
So you could like download all the information from this person into that body.
Nope.
And they will learn their mannerisms, they will learn how to speak, they will learn how to do all these things that that person did, and they will interact with you like that person does or did. And she was very hesitant at first, because she was just like, I don't know what to do. Do I need to feed it? Do I have to fuck it? Like what's the relationship here? She was trying to figure that out. And she was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try it. I really miss him. I'd love to have another person in the house again. So she does it. She orders the real doll, whatever, uploads all of the information that she has on him, all the pictures and everything. The fucking thing has all his memories. And over time, you start to think, like, at first, like, it seems really cool. Like, it seems like, you know, this thing's, like, learning and, like, interacting with her. She freaks out a little at first because she forgets that it's there. Like, she forgets that it's trying to be her loved one.
Mm-hmm.
So she's, like, kind of distant from it. And then she, like, grows to accept it and is just, like, interacting with it. And then her family comes over. Family had no idea what was going on.
They know he died?
Oh, yeah. Everybody knew that he died. And she had basically, like, uploaded his, like, Facebook account to the thing, too. So, like, he knows family and everything. But she hides them, like, upstairs while they're having family dinner. And it seems suspicious at first, because, like, she's leaving the table, makes a plate, and goes upstairs. And they're like, "Where'd you go?" And she was like, "Oh, I just needed to take care of something real quick." And they thought, like, she might have had an eating disorder or whatever. Like, she didn't want to eat in front of people. So, like, they do their thing. Finally, they leave. He comes downstairs and is like, "Are you ashamed of me?" And, like, he starts getting, this AI starts getting defensive, like, about his identity. And, like, you start thinking, like, is this AI gonna go crazy and kill this bitch?
Yeah, right?
Like, you think that this thing has gotten so advanced that it's gonna try to, like, kill her.
It just sounds like an updated Blade Runner.
Kinda, a little bit.
That's what Nick said.
Sounds like an updated Blade Runner.
Yeah.
A little bit. But, so, like, she starts getting defensive, too, because, like, she didn't think that it would get this far. Because, like, she starts sleeping with it, but, like, not, like, having sex with it, but, like, physically, like, sleeping in the same bed as it.
Yeah.
She normally would, like, tell it to go in the corner and, like, power down or whatever, like, enter sleep mode or some shit.
Yes.
So, finally, it sleeps in bed with her, and she's just, like, she reaches the breaking point of, will I, won't I? And that is, am I gonna go and push this thing off a cliff? Because I don't know how to deal with it.
Okay.
Like, I just don't know how to deal with this scenario.
Thing. Yeah.
So they finally go out to a cliff, and, like, she's, like, you think, like, she's gonna kill him.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, he has this, like, memory recollection kind of thing. Like, he's like, oh, this is, like, this is, like, where we went on our first date. And, no. So...
No cab fare, Nick.
So, like, he starts, like, having these memories, and she's like, oh my god, it is, like, our first date. And, like, it's, like, their first date all over again.
Mm.
So she starts, like, realizing, oh, I realize how much of a shitty person I've been. I should, like, be honest and, like, try to explain what's going on. And I forget how the episode ends. I forget if it ends with, like, him leaving and, like, joining, like, this robot, like, outcast group, or if, like, he lives with her, like, happily ever after, or whatever. I forget how it ends, but, like, that's...
I'll have to watch it.
And
That's
then...
Season 1, Episode 3?
It's either Season 1, Episode 3, or Season 2, Episode 2. And then the other one is, you know that episode of Futurama with the iPhone? They have, like, the phone that's, like, implanted in your eye?
No.
Well, essentially, in this episode, they have an iPhone.
Yeah.
And it's like a digital implant in your eye. And, like, everybody has one. It becomes so cheap that, like, literally everybody has one. There's this group of friends, a group of, like, 8 people. And they're having, like, a get-together. Kind of like fucking... like, I think it's, like, 4 couples. And they come together, like, once a month or whatever the fuck to, like, hang out, get updated on life and shit. And then, like, while they're there, they'll press a button, like, implanted in their head or whatever, and you'll see, like, a broadcast come out from their eyes. And you'll be able to watch what they had recorded, because you can record and save information, like digital memory. And what happens is, this one guy plays a memory, and it's connected to a different memory that he saved. And when his girlfriend or wife, whatever, watches it, because you can like share your shit. She watches them watch his memory, Like, she was able to watch the memory from a distance, like, where they were at. So she plays back herself watching his memory. And she sees something in the corner of it, and she, like, enhances. And she sees one of the other girls. And she realizes that her boyfriend's been cheating on her with one of these other girls. And, like, she woke up early because she must have, like, realized it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And she fucking storms in the room, she's like yelling, breaking shit. What the fuck? Blah, blah, blah. Fucking, he confessed and was like, yes, I did. And she was like, show me what happened. And, like, he's like, no, I deleted it. She was like, no, you fucking didn't. You showed the first part of it last night. Show me the rest. And he was like, God damn it. So, like, it showed, like, basically, like, their relationship dissolved. And, like, they needed, like, to separate and whatever. And, like, the friend group didn't reconvene ever again. And it was, like, the entire point of the episode was just, like, if we let technology start to rule us too much, you no longer have the privacy that you used to have without this technology.
Yeah.
It's great that you can record and save memories, but don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted to save and record your little fuck session with your girlfriend, you know, do it on a fucking independent camera. You don't need to do it with your fucking memory bank.
Well, I have a story, but I can't talk about it.
Yeah, you can.
Alright.
You're not seeing anybody. Talk about whatever the fuck you want.
Alright, no, it's not about me.
Oh, what's it about?
There's a dude
Okay.
who was having a baby with his wife.
Okay.
And he decided to start shacking it up with a 22-year-old.
Ah, that's not good.
And wasn't even being discreet about it.
Jesus.
Like, someone I know found exchanged texts on a communal iPad.
Jesus.
Yes.
You're fucking retarded if you're doing that.
And then he had the nerve to tell his wife, I love the both of you, and I want both of you.
That's just being greedy. That's just being greedy.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
At least have the decency.
But because it was like, he had no, like, it was on a communal.
Yeah, there's no
electronic
hiding
device.
that.
Like, it's like, what? Like, you shouldn't do that. Like, if you're trying to hide something, like...
Yeah, my recommendation to you then would be to go back and watch season 1 and season 2 of Black Mirror.
Alright, I'm gonna have to do that shit.
And then you can finish Narcos season 2.
Actually, fucking finish season 1 first.
How is season 1?
Oh, you haven't watched season 1?
No, I haven't. I haven't touched it.
It's really good.
I'm waiting for Iron Fist to come out. And then after that, since nothing will be coming out for a couple months, I literally have nothing I'm waiting on Netflix for. So I'll probably pick up Black Mirror, might do Narcos, and then if something else comes out that's interesting, I might pick that up.
Cool.
But, like...
Yeah, I rarely watch, like, anything outside of my normal realm. Like, I usually watch, like, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or a Kevin Smith movie. And
You're basically paying $10 a month to look at something you can watch online for free.
Yeah. But
Bye, Tilly.
then I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna check out some Black Mirror. I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna check out some Narcos.
And then you fell down the rabbit hole. Then that's when you fell down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Nick sent a heart. It's basically it's an allegory for the fappening.
Kinda. I mean, like, here's the thing with Netflix content. It needs to be interesting enough to be able to keep people's attention for more than 2 episodes.
Yes.
Like, me and Megan just finished watching Santa Clarita Diet.
How is that? I was looking at that right before.
It's got Timothy Olyphant and Drew Barrymore as the leads.
Okay.
I will leave it at that. If you like either of them, or even both of them.
I don't know them.
Timothy Olyphant is, did you watch, what was it, The Crazies?
I know the Crazies. I didn't watch it. That doesn't help though, because he was in the movie.
Yeah, he was in that movie.
I know. I'm saying, and I don't know.
He was in that FX series.
It's always something.
No, the one.
Sons of Anarchy.
No,
the
it
only,
was
the only two FX shows I watch.
No, he was in not Longmire. Fuck, what was it? Nick, help me out here. What TV show was it that Timothy Olyphant was the lead in on FX? Because
Santa Clara Diet was just interesting enough for me to match the entire season in a day.
Yeah, it's only 10 episodes?
Yep.
And they're half-hour episodes. It's really good.
I'm just saying that's what his response was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's typing, so he's probably responding to yours now.
Okay. Yeah, it wasn't Longmire. It was something else. I can't fucking remember. He was like a bounty hunter or some shit in like this.
Dog the bounty hunter.
No, in some fucking like rural area. He was either like a federal agent, bounty hunter type of guy, or like.
He said Mad Men? ?
No, that's Fuck. What's his name? The really hot guy that everybody fucking loves. Yeah, I did. Because everybody fucking loves him.
There's a few of them. Johnny Depp.
No, this guy's like the well-kept, really hot guy. I can't think of his name.
I think that depends on somebody's taste.
I'm talking like 1950s well-kept. Like Johnny Depp is like hippie well-kept.
I don't know.
Oh man, I can't think of the name of the show. I never watched it because it never interested me. But Timothy Olyphant, like in the commercials, like they would always show him doing some stupid funny shit, and it fucking
Justified.
That's it. And
that's the show.
Yes, Justified. He was the lead in that, and every fucking commercial they showed, he did like a funny quip and then did something really stupid, and that's what really like introduced me to him, like as a person, like as an actor. And then he fucking did The Crazies, and he was great in that. And then now he's in Santa Clara Diet with Drew Barrymore, and it's good. I mean, the teenager in the show, the teenage boy, is basically you.
Word.
So you'll probably identify with that character a lot, right?
I guess.
He's basically the teenage boy.
I think the teenage boy's worse. Way worse.
Like, I identify with that character, but, like, not as much. I was just like, damn, that reminds me of somebody. Who's that remind me of? Fucking Mitch.
I'll have to watch it now. I almost watched it last night, and then I forget what I put on. I needed a break from Narcos and Black Mirror. I was like, yo, I need something.
I need something less serious.
Yes.
Santa Clarita Diet is not serious. It is very comedic, in a sense.
So it's like the supporting cast was way better in that show, in my opinion. He wrote Shoe.
Shoe?
I was about to be like, what?
What shoe? Oh, God.
That was like someone had a meme the other day that was like, I hate when people can't break down typos. What you fooling? What? It's like, bitch.
Oh my God.
And that same day I walked into class and whoever wrote the programming wrote hand power clean instead of hang power clean. I was like, what the fuck is a hand power clean? Pretty sure he meant hang.
Maybe it was a power clean just using one hand.
I was like, what?
Oh man. So while I've been waiting for Iron Fist to like come out,
yes,
I've basically been forcing her to watch all the other Netflix superhero stuff.
Word.
And we got into an argument because I thought I had already made her watch Luke Cage.
Oh, you haven't seen Luke Cage? You have now?
I have now.
She has now.
But
When I originally said, didn't we watch Luke Cage together? She was like, no, that must have been your other girlfriend. I was just like, no, there hasn't been anybody else here. Just you and Mitch. And she was like, must have been Mitch then. I was like, we did watch Luke Cage, but I don't think I made him watch the whole thing.
No. I wound up watching, I forget, I guess, yeah, you had me watch some, but then I wound up watching, like, Going Home, and I was like, that's a show that I just binged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went back and watched Jessica Jones. and I'm trying to get her to watch Daredevil next. But I don't know if that's going to be an easy sell.
She's shaking her head, not about it.
I'm also trying to convince her to watch Flash too. But
You're not the first one who's tried.
I know I'm not the first one.
What do you have against Flash?
It's just the acting is really bad.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's
not
really
even-
bad acting.
I wanted to watch Arrow, and as much as I wanted to watch Arrow, I didn't.
I will say
enjoy
this: Arrow's a hard sell.
Yeah, I didn't I was like, I wanna like this
Watch
so bad, and I just didn't.
First watch Flash, then watch Supergirl.
Okay, I heard Supergirl was amazing.
Supergirl is really good. The first season's really good because you have CBS money behind it.
Okay.
And then season 2 kind of falls off a little bit because they don't have the same funding, but it still has all the characters and everything from season 1. And then after Supergirl, watch Arrow, and then watch Legends of Tomorrow. That to me,
What's
that's
Legends of Tomorrow?
basically they took heroes from each show and put them all together to make a
Okay.
team, and they travel through time, different points in time and shit.
Okay.
Like the season finale this year is they're gonna go and meet J.R. Tolkien,
Nice.
and they're basically what it's gonna be is they're gonna influence the creation of The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, because they're all gonna dress up as certain shit.
Dig. All right.
But the characters. The characters from The Flash, Heatwave, and Captain Cold, they're from the TV show Prison Break. They were the brothers.
Oh, okay.
So those guys are in The Flash. So that to me, that's a good selling point to jump into that. You'll get to see those characters, and they're recurring, so you'll see them a lot. But overall, The Flash is great. Kevin Smith's episode that he directs is fantastic. He's done 2 episodes of Supergirl. Once he finishes his comic book, they're going to let him do Arrow and bring that character to Arrow.
Okay.
Let's see. He just did the Goldbergs, too. He did an episode of the Goldbergs.
I want to watch the Goldbergs because Brian Callen, I hear, is on it frequently.
He frequents it. It's...
Is he forgettable?
It's a hard sell. I feel like it's a sitcom. It's your fat dad, nag wife, fucking 80s sitcom.
Oh, okay.
It's ripping on it's a sitcom ripping on sitcoms.
Okay.
So it's trying to take itself seriously while at the same time
mocking
it. I don't feel like it should have been something that continues.
Okay.
It kind of just happened.
Okay.
And then, I don't know how you feel about it, because I know you don't go to the movies a lot, but I just saw Logan, and...
Yo, I'm sorry, I had to repost that picture, though.
What?
That was, it was I love finding these things in my lunch, and it was a Twinkie, it was a cake,
the ho-ho,
and then the
in
last
the corner
is Professor X and Wolverine die in Logan.
She showed me that meme that you shared, and I was just like, I cannot confirm nor deny this.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if it's true. I just shared it.
I will say this:
this could fuck with
if you
people.
do want to find out, go see the movie.
Is it good?
It is going to get an award. I don't know whether it'll be Hugh Jackman getting Best Actor.
Do you agree?
She didn't see it.
Oh.
It's either going to be Hugh Jackman getting Best Actor or Patrick Stewart getting Best Supporting Actor.
Okay.
You won't go see Lego Batman with me, so I won't go see anything with him.
You want to go see Batman?
It's Lego Batman.
What's wrong with Lego Batman?
It's Lego.
You can drop acid and go watch Lego Batman.
Where are we going to find acid at this time of night?
It's still early yet, actually.
Exactly my point. No, but in itself, the movie is based on the comic book series Old Man Logan, which in its own is a Western comic book.
Okay, that's
so imagine you're gonna go see a Western, but it's not set in early 1900s, late 1800s. It's set in the future.
Oh,
so,
he's a space cowboy.
Not really, but it pulls a lot from the Western genre. I feel when they originally wrote it, I'm sure they had oh yeah, it's gonna be desert this and 6-shooter that, and then it kind of just morphed into what it is. And I'm glad that they did it the way that they did, because it wouldn't have happened any other way. I mean, they do a couple of scenes in like cityscape areas and shit like that, but they really kept true to the source material, but they also did a lot of improvising with characters and how they interacted, and I think they did a phenomenal job. If Hugh Jackman or Patrick Stewart do not win an award, I will be very disappointed, because this is the best work that either of them has ever done. And after 17 years, for him to finally hang up the claws, you really have to take into account, like, he gave everything. Like, you look at the performance he gave, like, just this physically demanding stuff that had to go through.
Yeah.
I would even say that some things in the movie that he did, you probably couldn't even do. But that's how physically demanding it is.
I don't know what this is in reference to. Probably this, but he said they did it the way that they did it because they don't have the rights to any other characters in the Marvel Universe.
Well, that's true, but they have the access to all the X-Men characters. They have the ability. They had the ability to use all of them. They just chose not to.
That's fair.
I mean, there are certain scenes from Old Man Logan that you couldn't do, but they could have easily morphed it into something else. But they chose not to. It
needs more incestuous Hulk family.
That did happen in the comic book. But what I'm saying is that it's a good movie. If you enjoy quality storytelling,
yeah,
this is it at its finest.
I dig it. Mm-hmm. I'll check it.
So definitely, like, even if you don't feel like throwing in $9, go see a matinee. Go to like an early showing.
No, I'd watch it. I kind of want to see that. I want to see Get Out.
Get Out. It's still sitting at 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, some fucking critic fucked up their 100% rating, but he's a fucking racist asshole. Like, Get Out is exactly what it needs to be, and the way that
You haven't seen it yet.
No, but Mark Bernardin gave a very good like review of it, and he's like, it's exactly what it needs to be. Like, it tells the exact story that needs to be told. So, take that for what it is, and I would encourage everybody to go see it if that's something they're interested in.
Split was really fucking good. Did you see Split?
No, I did not.
Yo, Split is the shit. Like, that shit, I was grabbing my chair, like, a lot. Yeah.
I mean, you also grabbed your chair during Into the Woods, so...
Sure. But I just frequently...
I didn't see either of those.
Into the Woods is a musical about, like, the old fucking, like, Mother Goose fairy tales. This motherfucker was clenching his chair during the fucking movie.
Why?
I don't remember.
Because there were kind of, like, jump scare moments, but, like, I was so out of it, like, out of the fucking movie, that I was like, oh, they're gonna jump scare here. They're gonna do this. And it fucking happened. This motherfucker's like, oh, holy shit. So
I can't watch horror movies with people. Well, or by myself. I have to watch them with people. Because I need someone to just constantly talk to.
Yeah, here's the thing with that, though. You can't do it past midnight, or else you're gonna fall fucking asleep.
What do you mean? Oh, me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like during Harry Potter and Clerks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of, it's not a horror movie, but it's definitely going to be like a monster type of movie. Cloverfield is going to be getting another like spin-off sequel kind of thing going. It's under the title God Particle right now.
Ooh, okay.
Which to me, it sounds like it's going to be like the inception of the monsters. Like, it's going to be like, we created this thing in a lab and it turned into fucking Godzilla.
Yeah.
And after 10 Cloverfield Lane, like, after the way that movie took its turn, like,
I didn't watch it.
So basically the tag is like, John Goodman is playing the villain. and John Goodman plays a great villain.
John Villain.
John Villain
Plays a good
plays a good villain. John Goodman plays a good villain. There. And
He does though, because like I just think of Walter
yeah,
from The Big Lebowski.
yeah,
And he's kind of he's like a hero. He's the bad influence on the hero.
yeah. So like, imagine getting stuck in a fallout shelter with him, and he's like this Eddie Bravo kind of guy.
What do you mean? Like he fights?
Like not that he fights.
He's conspiracy.
He's a conspiracy theorist.
Okay.
But like he's not like me where he's just like, oh yeah, well, this and then maybe a little bit of this. He's like, no, the fucking documents. I have them. They're in my fucking fallout shelter.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't your choice to be with him. He basically kidnapped you.
What's this?
10 Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane. I've never seen or heard of it.
Jesus. All right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. You'll probably find it online. It might even be on Netflix by now. Basically, he has this fallout shelter, and the main character, she's like on a road trip, and she fucking crashes her car. He kidnaps her, takes her to his bunker, and like the entire movie is like, it's like a fake out kind of like. You don't know whether he's telling the truth or not. Because he says to her, she's like, how come we can't leave? And he's like, well, there's fucking fallout radiation and fucking like monsters and everything outside.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the big twist is like, there are monsters outside, but you're the monster on the inside. So it's like, we have to get past you to get outside to know the truth for ourselves. So it's like, she has to fight him. The main character, she has to fight him to get outside. And then once she's outside, that's where the twist is.
Okay.
Like, she finally goes outside and realizes what's going on for herself. She was knocked out and lived in the bunker with him for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I think, at that point. But, like, he was fucking, like, prepared. He fucking knew what was going on. Like, he definitely saw some shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you want a good will he won't he type of thriller, that would be something I would tell you to watch.
Okay. 10 Cloverfield Lane.
And then the new one, it's called God Particle. They're working on it right now. But to me, it's like, I feel like they kind of want to do the same thing with Cabin in the Woods, where like they wanted to build a fucking universe and they just had to end it. What do you say?
John Goodman's character just wanted to go to Casa Bonita.
Kinda.
If anyone gets the reference.
Kinda. I mean, it's not like... Yeah, yeah, let's leave it at that. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay. Hello.
So...
Where we at? 050. Shit.
Yeah, we're almost there. So other than watching shit on Netflix and training all the time, what are you up to?
Coaching.
Coaching?
Coaching, training, watching Netflix. That's my life.
It's your life.
I had a competition today.
How'd it go?
So, I'm happy about it. So, before I went 4 out of 6 and I was pissed.
Yeah.
I went 4 out of 6 this time, but I'm happy.
Okay.
Like, so, before I got my first snatch, missed 86, missed 90. Well, I overpulled 90.
Okay.
I overpulled both of them, really.
Okay.
And then I hit 95, 100, and 105 kilos for a clean jerk.
Damn.
And then today I opened with 90 for the snatch, hit 93, got under 95, locked out, but just didn't catch it, dropped it. Then started 103 clean and jerk, 107 clean and jerk, and I should have waited longer because my coach was like, bro, you have like 2 minutes, and I was like, no, man, like I'm going for it right now. And like I was right after 107, and that was already a max effort lift, and I went for 110, and I cleaned it, but I got under the jerk. My feet just like were not stable, and like I wound up losing it, and bar dropped overhead. But like PR'd both lifts, both competition PRs. Still 4 out of 6, but like I'll take that 4 out of 6. That's pretty much it. It cut off.
Nothing.
It didn't. It's at an hour. So it turns off after an hour.
On the laptop it does.
On the laptop it does. Okay.
Yeah, that's.
I thought I was trying to cram that into.
No, you're fine. No, on the phone, because it's the same software, but it's different how they fucking wrapped it.
That makes sense.
You can do over an hour on the phone.
Okay.
But on the fucking laptop, it has to be an hour, wait a minute, and then you can go again.
Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much how that went. It was a lot of fun.
Now, did you move up a weight class, or did you...
Same weight class.
Same weight class?
So, 77, weighed in at 74.5.
Not bad.
Yeah. Somewhere around there.
Now, like, do they consider that, like, missing weight, or is that...
Oh, I'm just weighing in below 77. Like, 77 is anywhere from 69.01 to 77.
Oh, okay.
And 69 is anywhere from 62.01 to 69.
Because, like, with, like, boxing and UFC and stuff, it's like, if you're outside of, like, 2 pounds of that weight, it's considered you've missed weight.
Well, see, basically what happens is there used to be a body weight rule, but there's not a body weight rule anymore.
Okay.
So what happens would be, let's say you had the same total as somebody else, and you were in the same weight class, but you were 74 kilos and they were 77 kilos, and it came down to who was going to get a medal. It would be you, because you beat them by body weight. You were stronger because you had the same total.
Yeah.
But you actually weighed 2.5, 3 kilos lighter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That isn't a thing anymore.
Okay.
But either way, like, you can still weigh in under. You just are marked as weighing in under, because, yeah. Like, I know people who weigh in at, like, 77.0, and, like, an hour before they have Jolly Rancher in their mouth, and they're spitting, trying to get rid of anything, so they could weigh in at 77.0.
I mean, in Misha Tate's last fight, she had to weigh in naked, so she didn't fucking miss weight.
Yeah.
Like, just those ounces from clothing, that makes the difference.
Yeah.
So. Alright.
But yeah, that's that. It was fun.
Now, can I guarantee that you will be there next month?
Where?
At our next live show.
Saturday?
Yes.
Yes.
Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
Okay.
I just, so I work Sunday morning. So, like, as long as I can get to bed at a somewhat decent time.
Yeah.
But either way, yes.
Okay.
Cool.
That'll work.
Word. Down.
So, in that case, I would like to officially announce right now that Mitch and I will be returning to Polycon for our second year for the Cappuccino Cunnilingus live podcast recording at Florida Polytechnic University. I'm very excited to be able to announce that because they came to the panel in December and were like, "Hey, where's your partner at? Are you guys still doing this?" I was like, "Yeah, he just couldn't make it today. It was busy. Like, I needed to come here early and he needed to go do something." So I was like, I felt bad that, they might have been waiting.
You do this all the time.
This is great.
Yeah.
I want neighbors like this.
I don't. That's why we want to get rid of this place. If you ever need an ounce of ghetto in your life, please come to Orlando. But yeah, it's their second year back. They came out and they were like, "Hey, we want to personally invite you guys back."
That's what's up.
So I had their card with me. I was like, "All right, I'll keep an eye out when you guys send out your sign-ups and shit. I'll be sure to go and do it."
Yeah.
I waited until the last second again to sign up, and just yesterday I sent back the confirmation form.
And you're like, yes.
So it's like, all right, I need to make sure he's in.
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
Okay. We'll make sure we do it upright this time.
Yeah.
Because now we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Where last time we're just like, Fuck it.
Yeah. Hey man, we'll pull up some Florida man shit. Alright, this page is extremely limited.
Yeah.
With Florida man shit. Hey crowd, you wanna help us out?
Yeah. And then they came up with 10 more that we didn't even see.
Yeah. That's why they helped.
Yeah. It also helps when you have other people to bounce dialogue off of.
Yes, I agree. That's why live shows are... Well, I mean, so if you look at The Fighter and the Kid, when they do their live podcast, it's not necessarily a podcast as much as it's like...
Q&A.
Yeah, Q&A, live entertainment.
Yeah.
Type shit. Just dicking off.
Hopefully we'll get to that level someday.
Yeah. One day.
In the meantime, if you ever get the chance to come back down to the house, I started a YouTube gaming channel, and the next thing that we're going to add to it is like face cams and microphones and stuff. So we can do like, not necessarily like mini podcasts, but like you and me, know what we did for Extra Life? Mm-hmm. How we kind of like sat there and bullshitted while we were playing games?
Yeah.
Basically that.
Dig.
So anytime you're in the area to come do that, we will be doing that on YouTube.
I can usually do shit on Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
I just fucking work Sunday morning, which makes it annoying because I gotta be up by 7.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Hi, Nick again.
You've got me occasionally chiming in though, yeah. And be like, true.
So yeah, anytime you're in the area and you want us to pop in for that, I'm doing daily streams on Twitch, on my personal channel, twitch.tv/FoxyRobbie, and on YouTube we're doing live weekly streams, just once a week on YouTube so far, on the Foxhole Gaming channel.
The Foxhole. Where's the fox he climbed out of?
It's a hole.
The hole. He's like a greyhound.
Kinda.
I mean, a groundhog. But
Yeah.
Fox.
That sounds better. That definitely sounds better. I'm glad you're not an animal biologist.
Oh, dude, I am though. Hello, doggo.
That is a Maine Coon cat.
Maine Coon. That means that her blood is mainly raccoon.
I mean, do you
Right?
look at her? I mean, look at her. Like, she looks like a light-skinned raccoon.
Yeah.
She's
epitome of evil.
She's a light-skinned coon.
She's
Not even a coon, she's a medium hair American.
American. With medium hair. Not too hot, not too cold.
She is so done with your shit.
Snippy, snippy. Snippy, snippy. You have
It's
an
okay,
excess
Tilly.
hair.
It's okay, Till. Well. Alright. I think it's about time to wrap it up. Anything you want to plug until next time?
You should pay attention to what the CIA does, because I only do half the time, and Rob fills me in on the rest, and you don't want to be like me. So you should read up your shit.
All right.
Even if you may expect it, just know that it is happening, or is not happening.
You can't overthrow a government on an empty stomach.
Yeah, yo, gains. You gotta eat that shit.
Alright, folks. This has been episode 33 with Rob and Mitch. See you guys next time.